Hi and welcome everyone. Back muscle flexibility while trying to learn the key data of Öraefajöekull in Iceland, a volcano. The exercises are adjusted for me, so if you follow along, do it at your own pace, and it's also at your own risk. So, beginning with the Öraefajökull, that is the name, Öraefajökull, and it is in Iceland, and it is an ice-covered stratovolcano, an ice-covered stratovolcano. Öraefajökull is the name. The first exercise, the feet are quite apart, and you breathe in and go down, and out, and breathe again in through the nose, and out through the mouth, and again in, and out, in, and out, and last time in, and out, in, close the feet, and out. The Öraefajökull is in Iceland, at the south end, the southeast of Iceland, close to the coast, around 20 kilometers to the coast. And it is an ice-covered stratovolcano. So there's a glacier on it, on the most parts, and stratovolcano is a type of volcano which is quite steep, and there are layers of lava from the eruption on the ground. So it's a quite steep volcano, and the materials of which the ground is made is in layers from all these eruptions. The Öraefajökull in southeast Iceland, an ice-covered stratovolcano. And the next thing is the area. It is around 400 square kilometers wide. So it's on an area, on a place which is around 400 square kilometers. And the next exercise. Feet more than shoulder width apart, and breathe in, the arms up, and go to the side. And breathe out. And then breathe in, and expand and open the rib cage. And out. And again in, and out. And again up, and breathe in, and to the other side, out. And again in, open rib cage, and out. And in, and back up. The Öraefajökull is in Iceland. It is an ice-covered stratovolcano, and it expands on an area of 400 square kilometers. And the next exercise, again, feet more than shoulder width apart, shoulders aligned, and now breathe in and out and slide down with one hand to the side, and the other shoulder stays down. Then breathe in and go over with the arm and breathe out. And breathe in and expand the rib cage. And out. And back up. Now again to the other side. Breathe in. And out, slide down, and the shoulder stays down. And in. And out. In and out the rib cage. And out. The Öraefajökull is in Iceland. It is an ice-covered stratovolcano, and it expands over an area of 400 square kilometers, and it has a volume of 300 cubic. It must be kilometers. Cubic meter. Not something with 300 cubic meter or 300 cubic kilometers. So it spans over an area of 400 square kilometers and has a volume, so how large the whole mountain is, not just the area, but how large the mountain is, of 300 square kilometers. And now the next exercise. The feet are quite far apart, more than shoulder width. You breathe in and out and dive down. And in. And expand the whole rib cage and stretch the back muscles from within. and out. And breathe in and open the lungs. Breathe in again and deep into the chest. Not in the tummy, in the chest. And in. And to one leg. And out. And again in. And again in. And out to the other leg. And in. And out. And the last time in. Back into the middle and out. And again in. And now out and come up with a rounded back. One vertebra at a time. And a backward shoulder roll at the top. The Öraefajöekull is in Iceland. It is an ice-covered glacier. It is an ice-covered stratovolcano. It is covered with a glacier. It spans over an area of 400 square kilometers and has a volume of 300. I don't know. And the next week, known eruptions were in 1362 and 728. So in 1362 there is a known eruption and in 1728. But also in 2017 and 2018 there were tremulous activity was measured. Now the same thing, just with closed legs. So the feet are standing together. Breathe in and again dive down. And again breathe deep in into the chest and stretch the back muscles with the lungs from within. Long and deep breaths. And again in. And out. And just hang. Don't force anything down. Just as far as it goes. In and out. And breathe again in. And out. And in. And now up with a round back, one vertebra at a time, and a backward shoulder roll at the top. And the next exercise, the garland pose. The feet are pointing in these directions, and they're around 2 hand wide space between the heels. Now the arms up. Do this exercise only if you can do it with your knees without injuring yourself and your back. And out and go down. And now the elbows against the insides of the knees. Breathe in and try to get as tall as you can, as straight as you can with the back. And out. Breathe in. And out back into the garland pose. Press against the inside of the knees and try to be as tall as you can and breathe in. And again back. Out. And breathe in. And again out, back into the garland pose. Oeraefajoekull is in Iceland. It is an ice-covered stratovolcano. It spans over an area of 400 square kilometers and has a size of 300 Cubicmeters. And known eruptions were in 1326 and 1728, but there was also activity measured in 2017 and 2018. Now, if you can, without injuring yourself, you breathe in and come back up in one slow, big, straight line. The known eruptions were in 1362 and 1728. And some trivia, it is the largest active volcano of Iceland. It is the largest active volcano of Iceland, and with 2,110 meters, the Hvannadalshnjukur peak of this Oeraefajoekull is the highest point in Iceland. So it's not only the largest volcano in Iceland. Now another pose. The first leg, the standing leg, the toes are pointing forward, stands stable. The other here, the other leg comes over the knee. Do this only if you can do it without injuring yourself. And now you got down. So this Öraefajökull is not only the largest active volcano of Iceland, but one peak of this volcano, the Hvannadalshnjukur, is with 2,110 meters, the highest point of Iceland. And back up. Now the same with the other leg. Stand stable, heel over the knee, and down. The Öraefajökull is in Iceland. It is an ice-covered stratovolcano. It spans over an area of 400 square kilometers and has a volume of 300 cubic meters. Known eruptions were in 1362 and 1728, but there was also activity measured in 2017 and 2018. It is the largest active volcano of Iceland, and the Hvannadalshnjukur is with 2,110 meters, which is the Hvannadalshnjukur is a peak of Öraefajökull, the highest point of Iceland. And back up. And we have one last thing. Öraefajökull is close to the coast of South Iceland. Just the thing, here's Iceland, so here's Europe, and here's Europe, Central Europe. There's the United Kingdom, just take me out of Central Europe. So Europe, United Kingdom, and then it's up here, Iceland. So this volcano is not only close to the coast of South Iceland, here's Iceland, like this, close to the coast of Southeast Iceland, but there's also a road running around Iceland at the coast, almost at the coast in most parts, and this volcano, so close to the coast, is surrounded at the base by this road, the Ring Road. Ring Road goes once around Iceland. And at the base of this Öraefajökull goes this ring road. And this ring road is named Hringvegur or something. Hringvegur. And let's make an exercise from the beginning. Breathe in, arms up and to the side. And breathe in. Open the rib cage and out. And again in. And back up out. In. And out to the other side. In and open rib cage. And out. And in. Back up. And just the starting exercise again. Breathe in. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out. And last time. Out. Breathe in. Close the legs and out. The Öraefajökull is in Iceland. It is an ice-covered stratovolcano. It spans over an area of 400 square kilometers and has a volume of 300 cubic meters. Known eruptions were in 1362 and 1728, but there was also activity in 2017 and 2018. It is the largest volcano of Iceland. The Hvannadalshnjukur peak of 2,110 meters is the highest point of Iceland. And at the base runs a part of a ring road, the Hvannadalshnjukur, which goes around Iceland. These are the key data of the Öraefajökull in Iceland. I thank you very much for participating, and until the next time.